Okay, so here's my 1992 240SX coupe S13, and I'm just gonna do a quick update video on it, and I was gonna go over it for anyone that just started subscribing to the channel so you could know what's done to it and everything like that. I have other videos of it throughout the years, but figured I'd make an update of how it is right now currently. So this is a 1992 slick top, no sunroof coupe. The shell came from down south, and as you can see, it has no rust at all. You can see how clean it is underneath. It's real nice underneath. No rust at all. It's a little dirty, but it's the same on both sides. It has zero rust, like literally no surface rust or anything. So the shell came from down south. I bought it pretty far down in Maryland, and then that guy bought it from Virginia, and then it came from somewhere down south farther than that. So it's pretty much never been in salt. Even when I had it, I don't drive it in the winter, so it's rust free. So that's the shell. The interior here in this thing, I have 15% tint, or no, 25%. I mean, it's not real dark. You can still see out, but it has a couple cracks in the dash. I think 3. I have this NRG seats in here. I think they're the 300s, and I have the bottom pad removed, and I have the planted mounts with the Takata Drift 3 harnesses. I need to get a set for the passenger seat yet. That's one thing I need to do. I think I'll probably go over some of the things I'm gonna do in the future with this thing too. The shifter is stock, but it has a brand new R34 GTT transmission straight from Nissan in the crate. I found that for sale and bought that when I blew the transmission out of it the last time. So that's brand new. It probably has probably barely even 1,500 miles on it at this point in like 2 years or so, maybe 5,000 at the most. I don't even know. The speedometer doesn't work, so it's really hard to say how many miles are on it. It's not a lot, though. I barely drive it that much, but it has a spec clutch in it, and pretty much the e-brake works. I don't have a hydro. I just have the stock e-brake, and I have EBC yellow pads the whole way around on it with Brembo blank rotors, not slotted. And these are Kansai KMP wheels, and I'm running 255 40 17s the whole way around. Pretty wide on the front. It needs a little camber in on the front, and it'd probably be perfect, but I'm gonna do 245s next time these are bald, which is gonna be soon, and then put the 245s on the front, and then keep the 255s off the front on the back for now, because the backs fit pretty good actually. They look super wide in pictures, but really the sidewall is the only thing sticking out. It's a lot of tire. They're 9.5 inch, -12 offset, I think. +12 or -12, I forget. But yeah, they're pretty wide and they stick out pretty far for a stock body car. People are running skinnier wheels and tires than this on cars that are wide body. This thing's just rolled. You can see it's rolled pretty hard, but not that crazy. So here's the trunk setup here. It has a battery mounted back here. It's a Doucheworks, whatever it is, 340 liter per hour fuel pump. And I'm running mostly 100 octane and high octane mixture. I should switch it to E85, but that's one thing I'm gonna get into later on in this video is the ECU. It needs updated with a link here shortly, but you can see here, this thing has no rust. That's some leaves and stuff. And the quarters are original. Both of them, even has a plastic piece in there. But yeah, that's pretty much all. And this is what you need if you go over like 300 wheel horsepower. You got to do the relay, but the relay with the hot wire to the fuel pump, you need that over 300 wheel horsepower. Really, maybe 400 at the max, but I'm pretty sure it's closer to, it might be 400, I forget. Let me pop the hood here. It's got a Sylvia front end on it. I have the grill insert, but I don't run it in the summer. It's crank windows. The car, it's got that's where the hood exit is coming out. So it's an rb25. Let me prop this thing up quick. It's an rb25 Series 2 with 6-boost manifold, G30 770 turbo. It has a, can't see down there. It's a Turbo Smart 50 mil, I think, per gate, or 55, whatever the per gate is. It's a 50 or 55 millimeter wastegate. Holman boost controller. All the lines I have heat wrap around. I had to redirect the front line there. I have an AN fitting line actually for that, and I just never put it on because that one worked out pretty good. But you have to redirect that if you do that hose. Can't really see it. That one right there. This one, the silver one, you have to redirect that. I just cut it and used rubber, and then high temperature rubber line and that heat wrap stuff. But it's got the radium, fuel rail, radium, fuel pressure regulator, and it's got the radium damper, like the pulse damper. So it's a full kit from Radium, and it has that Radium heat sink. All their stuff has swivel mounts, which is awesome for mounting stuff, but it has the heat sink. That's a fuel filter. Then these are hot, but those are the Radium go in the valve cover to run to the catch can, and they swivel too. You just press them into the valve cover. I freezed them for like a day or two, and then heated up the valve cover just a hair, and then just tapped them right in. This is a True Focus Fab catch can. It's pretty cool how it mounts there. I like that. This is a Circuit Sports overflow. I want to do something with this hose here because it builds pressure up in there, and you always have to release it every time you drive it pretty much. It's got the Chase Bays fan kit, and I have it on I haven't hooked it right now for the video, but it's got 2 pusher fans with the cooling, DK Tech cooling panel. Mishimoto, shitty moto, they say radiator, but this thing don't overheat. It actually, if you have it set up all right, the radiator will work. So there's better radiators. I'm not saying there isn't. This thing ain't great, but these do work. I have one in my SR20 car and one in this, and neither of them overheat. So the main thing is with the RB especially is getting all the air out of the system. So I got the Chase Bays, the newest version, power steering lines with the reservoir. It has the K Sport, I think that's what it's called, steering rack in it. ID 1050 injectors, forgot about that. And that's basically it. It has a different alternator on it, and it has a KA power steering pump. But the motor is factory internals. It does have split fire coil packs, and people say they're junk too, but they're the original ones, the blue ones. That I've had them for 5 years probably now in a couple different setups, and never had a problem ever with those. So I guess they're junk, but just like the radiator, they work, I guess, sometimes. Mine do for some reason. So that's pretty much it for that. The coilovers are Tanabe Sustec Pros, and this also has an R32 cross member in it. That's how the motor's in there, and it does sit it back really far. So putting a transmission in this thing with the motor in is next to impossible. So what I did was I cut the radiator support here, and then I made these plates under here. There's a plate that's shaped like this that fits up under there, and then I put nut inserts in the plate, and then these thread into it. So you unbolt that, the plates drop down, take them out, and then you just unbolt the bottom of this. It's one bolt, and you can pull the whole center out. And then when you bring the motor out without the radiator, you can bring the motor out on like way less of an angle. I take the grill out here, I leave the headlights in and everything. I just take this off, that radiator, and this comes straight out. Don't have to tilt it so far. And I pull the motor and tranny together. Had it out a couple times now, so I've learned a couple tricks with that situation. So other than that, custom V-band 3-inch stainless exhaust, custom downpipe, custom dump, hood exit, wastegate dump. All that was made by my buddy Adam Moore. He got all that done for me, and it's real nice, fits perfect. I need to get him to make a couple more things though for me. Like I want to relocate the blow off valve down to here, and then I'm going to take this hose and bring it straight into here, and then that won't have that elbow right there at the heat. It always cracks there eventually. Then I get a huge boost leak out of nowhere, and I'm like, damn, this thing's laggy, and it has a 1-inch hole blowing air out. So that's pretty much it for the motor. Stock internal, stock head gasket, everything's stock inside. And I don't know how many miles are on it, but if you can read Japan, I don't know what that means, or if you can read Japanese. I don't know exactly what that says or means, but I'm thinking it might have had like at least one timing belt put on it at 100 kilometers, which is 60,000 miles. And it has 2 stickers on, so I don't know what they mean, but I should translate that and read it, because that would probably tell me more about the motor. But the motor's been in here for over a year now, so she's running pretty strong. Stock internals. Oh, it's got an oil pressure gauge actually for a Harley. It's a fueling one for my Dyna. I ran that on it for now just because the light wasn't working, and I was scared I lost oil pressure the one time I drove it, but it didn't. So it has all E85 rated fuel line and all that. It's ready for E85. That's what I was going to get to next, is the ECU. It's a Z32 ECU out of a 300ZX, and it's got a Nismotronics board in it, and that's what it's tuned on. It has a USB port and all that, or USB plug, I mean, cord and everything. It's ancient technology though, and it's to do E85 with this, you can't do both, so it's E85 or nothing. And I just want to get away from this ECU completely, get away from the MAF, because I'm maxed out on that horsepower wise, and I want to get a Link ECU with the Link 5-inch street dash, and then this thing will be pretty sweet. So I think that'll pretty much be it for the future. I need to get harnesses. I'll go over what I'm doing in the future real quick in the next probably year. Harnesses, some kind of cage, not sure yet what. I'd like to get a rear firewall panel. Get a rear firewall panel made, and get a bead rolled aluminum one across there, and maybe put some nut inserts and bolt that in and make it so it doesn't vibrate or anything. And that will probably be painted black or powder coated or something, just so it matches the rest of the interior. Not making the interior super nice, but I want to get a wheel on it too. It's going to have the same wheel as my 180. It's a Nardi Deep Corn. That's the one I like. Suede most likely, just because it's really grippy. It's not great for street driving, but I don't really eat in anything like that in here anyway. It's more like get out, have fun, put it away type of car. So that's pretty much it for the future. I might do some steering angle eventually, but these tires are really wide. I have to see what I have to do. I might have to like roll that lip that sticks out right there or something in the wheel well. Not sure yet. I might have to tuck the harness if I make it any lower, which I need to get new coilovers eventually. These ones aren't really adjustable anymore. They're so old. So I'll have to get new coilovers so I can adjust it. I want to get the front down like at least a solid 1/2 inch, and then camber the front end a little bit. It doesn't even have camber plates right now. It has stock upper hats. So there's some stuff that needs done to it for sure to make it how I want it, but it's getting there. And it is pretty solid, other than the ECU situation would make it a lot better, I think. So other than that though, pretty sure that's basically wraps it up for this. I think that's pretty much all of it. Trying to make this short, so I'm just gonna wrap this video up. It's already over 15 minutes into it here, but if you want to see more content on this car, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers. I'm real close. I'm like 463 or 4, I think. So I only need like 27 or something, I forget, to get to 500. But I'm trying to reach a goal of 500 subscribers, hopefully in the next couple months. But I'm gonna start putting out more content with this car and stuff. Right now, it's been so hot lately, and I've been working, trying to make money to be able to fund all this stuff. So hopefully I can get some more car content here in the near future, because I have a lot that I can go to now that we stunt motorcycles on, so I can actually drift a little bit out there with this and the 180 here and there. Not a lot, but once in a while. So I'll get some videos of that and stuff. So stay tuned for more videos, and that's pretty much it for this one. See ya.